headsets refill. I need new mic.
Just have to buy you a longer cord.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got to do some mic checks here. Ready? No, I got to do some mic checks. Hold on. Keep it right here. Hold on. That's probably good.
That is the 6th time today.
6th time what?
That
He's
his
throwing his
phone's
phone on
falling.
the ground. My phone's been on the ground more times than I drink.
It is a chaotic mess.
Perfect.
Just an entanglement.
All right, let's do some mic checks. Go ahead.
Check 1 2.
Check.
Check 1 2. Can you hear me now?
Check.
We go around clockwise.
Well, I apologize. I thought we were going counterclockwise.
Rana,
Yep.
a little bit closer this way. No.
Nope. Down.
There you go.
Just it?
Yeah, oh, that's perfect.
Perfect.
No, don't. You moved. Don't move.
Don't move.
I'm just
Are you
kidding.
kidding me?
Just
I'm
like
so
that.
pleased. Now I have to scratch everything.
Ignore them. I do.
Yeah, you'll hate us by the time you're done. You thought you liked us, but you won't. Al?
Yes, sir. 1 2.
Okay,
Clean up
Michael?
my 4. Clean up my 4. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay,
Yes.
this is how much fun we have in the studio. Coming back to the studio in 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome back, race fans in the pits, powered by Racing Junk, and we are on the show floor, dirt, what have you, for the 34th annual Run to the Sun. But more importantly, we are smack dab in the middle of Gasoline Alley. That's right, surrounded by race cars, and we even have media here.
What's that?
We have media here.
Media. Yes, we do.
Certified media, you know?
Certified.
Beyond ourselves even. So joining us right now, and she's not on the Hot Rod Hotline this time, she is live and in person. Rana
Live is
Ward,
good. Live is good.
Rana's Radar,
Yep.
podcast, YouTubing, podcasting, and everything else. So first of all, welcome to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Thank you.
We've,
Absolutely awesome.
We've rolled out the entire potpourri of weather opportunities here for you.
Yes, you have.
Other than
Yes.
snow.
We didn't have snow, but we got close.
No snow yet, okay? But, so, we'll get into what it is that you do, et cetera, in a second, if you don't mind. Let's just discuss your general opinion of this particular car event.
Okay, well, Gasoline Alley for starters is absolutely phenomenal. I love seeing all the racing cars, the drag strip cars. You've got gases here as well. Doesn't get better than this. And the fact that it's right here in the middle of Run to the Sun. Epic car show. It's massive. I did not know it was going to be this big. 3,200 cars, crowds yesterday, and even today with the rain. It's been non-stop, so I'm loving it.
And yesterday with the windstorm.
The windstorm, yeah, did set me back to my hotel a little bit early because as I was filming, the wind was literally moving me.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was moving us. It was actually moving us. So interviewing did get a bit difficult at that time. But I'm back here today.
So let's now go back into your passion for automobiles. Where did it start?
Where did it start? Let's see. The fire would have started, I think, when I was about 15, and I got my first car. My brother built it. It was a Toyota RAV4.
Okay.
It broke down a few times, several times. But I loved it, and I just wanted to have bigger wheels on it, and I had a subwoofer on the back, so I thought I was, very, very cool.
Yeah. It sounds cool.
And then, really honestly, the fire got ignited back here in the States with these car shows. And the classics, I've always loved the classics, especially the classic racing cars, big fan of them. Back home in Australia, my father-in-law was restoring a Tirana, it's a Holden Tirana, which is a 1972, won the Bathurst race. Aussies would know what that is.
Right,
And,
yes.
so that's pretty big, and I loved watching him do it. And coming back here, listening to all the different stories. Back home, I only had that one person and the one project. But now at the car shows, as I'm walking around and I'm listening to people and I'm filming them, getting their stories and what they've done to the car and why they've got that car, whether it was, the car from high school or the car that's been in the family or one they just picked up because they like the body style. It's fun. For me, I love the history behind it.
Well, you've obviously started your career off with a real bang on the right foot, quite honestly. I mean, after watching a lot of your videos and things like this, you were at the premier shows. You didn't start at the little McDonald's parking lot, you know what I'm saying? went for the gusto, and it shows well in your work. And we appreciate you coming here. What car has impressed you the most here on the floor of the Run to the Sun? Man, I know that I am putting you on a spot. Al, yesterday,
There's only 3,300 to choose from.
well, you know, yesterday I get to pick a car, the In the Pits car, and give away a trophy, which I sent Al on a mission to go see. Okay, so apparently I picked a Cadillac. So I see this beautiful Cadillac in the photos last night. It's like a 58, 59 model.
Chris Ryan built, yes.
Yeah, Chris Ryan built car.
Ruger Cadillac.
Right. That
And
wasn't
nice
it though.
Cadillac?
No, that wasn't the car I picked. I don't even know which car I picked.
It was a red one on the other side, and the reason was I get a list, you need to pick these cars, and you got 20 minutes.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I did a quick deal. I ran around, got to the other side, picked a couple. Called one guy, I'll see you at 11:30. Didn't want to tell him, don't come, I'll find somebody else. But yeah, I picked you out a red Cadillac. Okay, but it was an older one, like a 34, 35.
I was very happy to choose that car. But you can see that this has just been wacky.
Yes.
You know, to excuse an expression. It's the widest variety of people I've ever seen, all shapes, sizes, ages, and everything else. Guy here just a few minutes ago, I was giving him a bunch of you-know-what for wearing a Ferrari shirt with Ferrari shoes at the show. He asked me if I wanted him to go get the car. I said, sure. I said, I don't know why people don't bring Ferraris and Porsches in here, but they don't.
But you know, there is such a big range of cars here. The winning car, so there's
Right.
67 Nova, that's going to be on the t-shirts for next year.
Is that the silver one up front?
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
That was the Racing Junk pick.
Was it?
The silver one that was up front
Of
there.
course,
just
yeah.
like the-
Of
in front
course
in front
it
of the
was.
sausage place.
Was it?
I said enough.
Nice.
I'm
No,
out
it
of
was.
here.
That's how I remember it because I met some lovely
Sausage
people.
place.
I
They're
met the
from
people who were
Hillard,
there.
Florida, if I remember right.
Yep.
You know what? If I would have been smarter, I would have had Krista pick the car.
My choice?
Your choice for
I
the
saw
In the
my
Pits car.
choice yesterday.
What was it?
It was a Bandit Edition Trans Am.
Of course.
Of course.
All right.
That's
You know who's
mine.
got a Bandit Edition Trans Am?
Who?
Tony Stewart. And you know what? He's afraid to drive it. He told me that. I said, what are you doing? How do you like that Bandit car? He goes, dude, he says, I got that thing in a bubble sitting on the rack like every other car I got. I said, he says, I buy cars because they're cool. I don't buy them to drive them.
That's okay.
And I'm like, what are you
No, it's
kidding me?
not.
Tony
No,
Stewart?
it's not okay.
Tony Stewart has
Okay.
a lot of cars.
Cars
Big
are
Sue.
meant to be
To be
You gotta
driven.
drive them, that's I what they're
Bandit
for.
Yeah.
Edition.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, look at Al's car. It's the best beater you could ever buy in a
Now,
hot
Larry
rod
had sent
business.
me out to look, I'd have picked a Chevette.
Okay.
Really?
Or there's a Gremlin. There's a
Oh,
Gremlin.
hey,
I've
hey.
seen two Gremlins. Did you see the
Hey.
Pacer though?
Oh, the
The
Pacer.
Pacer is
Pacer.
good.
The
The Pacer
Aquarium-
is actually nice.
You know what a pacer is? It's an aquarium on wheels.
Nice.
So,
Explain
hold
that.
on. I met
You
Ron.
fill them up. You fill them up with dirt. And you put plants in there because they have such a greenhouse to them.
No, that would be
a terrarium.
terrarium,
A terrarium.
not an aquarium.
That's
Yeah.
fish.
Terrarium.
I met Rana at Detroit.
Okay.
She was interviewing a couple from Virginia with a red Corvette.
Yep.
And I tapped her on the shoulder. I said, you must be Rana. And she says, who the hell are you? So I told her who I was
Way to go.
and whatever. So, you know, we talk about cars. Cars are meant to be driven. So you know that black Mustang that made the grade 8 that was in the front row.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Big dollar car. I don't know how much, but I'm going to guarantee
It was a
$1.5 million,
lot.
maybe more.
Yeah.
The owner never saw that car until the day of the show.
You told me that. Because I've
And he,
interviewed
and he
him.
has 138 cars, I think.
Yes, and he's invited me actually to come and check out his collection and film it, to just review it. So that would be something that might come on the channel. I'm not sure, but yeah, he has sent me an invite. He's contacted me. George Conrad. Hope I don't get that wrong. I see a lot of people and I hear a lot of names, everybody, but yeah. So that would be interesting. He's got a lot of cars. I saw some pictures, but that Mustang was beautiful.
Well, the winner, Bruce,
Yes,
with
the Whittler Ford.
the custom car,
The Merc.
the Merc. I'm sorry.
1950
What was your take of that?
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. That mode was so nice because it was a classic. It had such a modern look and feel to it. And the way it was just done was very nice. But hey, the legendary cup winner.
Right.
The following week, that Buick Invicta, I like that more.
Yeah.
Can I just say that?
The following, the other car he brought.
Well,
Bruce at
the 31 Chevy.
Yes.
I love that. The chrome was magnificent. The whole front end was so futuristic yet classic, if that makes sense to everybody, because as soon as you walk past it, it was like, wow, this needs to be up on some mantelpiece, and everybody just needs to walk around it and admire it because it was done so well.
Yeah.
But for me, I liked, when I started seeing the Buick Invicta, the legendary cup winner for 2023, once I saw that, it was like, okay, I want to drive this. I want to ride this.
The green Buick.
The green Buick.
Andy Leach out of Salt Lake City. His builds are great. So how about you? What do you drive? Or what are you building? What's in your garage? What do you want to have for your next vehicle?
Okay, so I've got a Charger. It's a late model Charger, and I love it. If I could get my hands on a 69 Charger, then I would. But right now for my daily driver, it's nice. It does the job. I would like to be building, and I'm in the process of doing a pickup. To do a Chevy C10 pickup. So I have been seeing a lot of pickups over here, and it's when we were talking about it before about the number of different cars here. And like we said, we've got race cars here, we've got Tri-Fives, trucks, and then we had the 1913, the Zen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Model
much
T's
variety.
on the other side there.
Model T's, rat rods.
So does this mean you're going to come to the C10 show in the fall that we're having then?
I will be there at the C10
Okay.
Nationals, yeah.
Yes.
Good.
So let me
If I
ask.
could have my truck finished by then, then
cool.
that would be nice.
We'll
It
put it in
depends.
our booth. So the question is, you got the ride passenger,
Oh, I did.
or shotgun possibly, in the Zen.
So did, wait,
That
so did
was
I.
so fun.
So did I.
No, let's not talk about you.
I know. I had a hard
I
time
have a
getting in
video
and a hard
of
time
the
getting
truck.
out.
I saw the video of Al trying to get out of it, and it looked like they were pulling a baby out of it.
That is excellent. That is excellent.
Yeah,
That's
some of the
exactly
people
was-
around
it
him
was-
escorted him.
As I told Keith, we were like two stuffed sausages, okay?
I don't know about Keith.
Oh my god, but I absolutely love that. And my whole point was to actually get the engine started, because last week at Panama City Beach I saw an international harvester, which was a 1916 I think it was, and it was also a crank engine, but we couldn't get it to be turned on. So once I found out about the 1913, I was like, all right, can we turn this on? And I was like, yes. I said, let's crank it up. And once he got it started, he's like, we've got to go for a ride. I said, yes, sir, yes, please.
It's amazing.
It's interesting because you're looking at a 110-year-old car that you can still putter around in, and actually probably go pretty quickly, and it's as universally acceptable today as any other means of transportation. I mean, I can see me driving that thing every day back and forth to the office.
Oh, I can actually see you as well.
Yes, it's kind of scary.
No.
Now that you can see me in person, it's real scary.
Just
But
like
that's
him
the thing-
driving his hover around to the office.
That's
That's
my
the thing I love about this classic car show, is almost everybody, and that's why I keep chasing them, is because I love history, and when you see something like that, and it's still working, and it's still driving, I mean,
And pretty.
and it still looks good, Krista, right? I love it.
So we're in Detroit, and a friend of mine who's leaving, and he's been on our show before, a gentleman named Glenn C.
Oh.
Glenn C, yes.
Right, from Raj Mahal. He comes over, and I say goodbye to Glenn, another Race Jet customer. I introduce him to Rana, and they're talking, and Rana's like, has this look on her face like, name's familiar, name's familiar. Next thing I know, they're in
He
this, they
goes,
live
no,
in
he
the
goes,
same.
no, you couldn't have, you don't know it, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's my mistake. He shut it down as soon as I started saying this. No, you wouldn't know it, it's a common name. And I said, okay.
Right. And she's like, wait a minute, where are you located? What street? What avenue? She couldn't believe it. And, I mean, what's your chances right here of connecting? And she wanted to go to his shop to connect these people together just by someone telling, hey Glenn, I see you, have a nice day.
Well,
Oh, amazing. It's such a small world.
you are now part of the largest fraternity on earth, the Gearheads. You know? Proud member, congratulations. We should have a Gearhead shirt that we give out. Or
I know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's such a common denominator. I'm a fan of multicultural, multinational no years barred, no number of wheels, etc., car events. And I've thrown those occasionally on in Virginia when I was up there. And I'd love to do that here. The problem here is we need 3 or 4 fields this size.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be a 10,000 car show if we opened it up to everybody. We have such a great car culture here. This is deserving of Myrtle Beach to do this with over 560 car events every year here.
Yep.
From New Year's Eve to New Year's Day to Christmas and everything else. We have car events.
Yeah, but you Americans know how to put on a car show.
Okay, yeah.
I love to hear that.
I agree.
You really do. You really do. And I know, everybody's got complaints every now and then, but at the end of the day, there's no other country in the world that puts on car shows of this magnitude. This many times in a year, every weekend, there's a show happening, and people love it. There's always spectators. There's always classic car lovers, and it's such a welcoming environment. I mean, I absolutely love it. Guys are just, that's why I keep coming here.
Yeah. So let's talk about how people find you on the web and what they can expect to see there and what's up for the future.
Well, Rana's Radar is, I call it new, but I shouldn't call it new anymore. It's going to be up there for almost a year now. It's a YouTube channel. It's my name, RANAS, no apostrophe, and then Radar. And what's on the radar is basically classic cars, classic car shows.
Yeah.
Well, I came up with it myself, so. Classic cars, classic car interviews, historical antiques. I've checked out a few museums. I love the engines.
Right.
I love it. But more than that is you're going to find stories of just normal car folk, everybody out here using the car shows. They're the people on my channel because for me, when I see them, and I have so much respect for everybody who builds cars, the amount of work, dedication, and hours that goes into it, it needs to be recognized. And I like to give them that platform to be recognized and also to share their story of why they chose that classic car. And every time I ask that question, I get something different.
So before we go to break, I've got to ask you another question. Would going to a national motorsports event be on your radar? In other words, if you were somehow to wind up on the starting line of an NHRA event or a NASCAR in the media center of the NASCAR, or even going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to do the 500, do you want to shift gears into that direction as well?
100%, because I love racing cars. I won't be a backup girl.
I would not expect you to be a backup girl.
Told you.
No. I am not a fan of the backup girls. Back when I
I've
was
got nothing
15.
against them, but I just like to be on the sidelines recording.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
So, have you thought about going to the Syracuse Nationals?
The Syracuse Nationals, I was there last week.
You were there last year.
I was there.
And how come you did not come by Nitro Row?
I was new. I was, getting my
I'll
feet
make
wet.
you a deal.
Because like everybody else, they don't care to listen to cars just run. They want to see it actually do something.
Oh, please, don't even go. If you come this year to Syracuse, I will put you in a Nitro Burning 20 car and start them.
Thank you. I have been in one, but I would always like to sit in one again.
Whose car?
I was with the Spaghetti Boys
Okay.
at one of the Good Guys events.
Okay.
So that was pretty fun. They suited me up, and I got behind it and absolutely loved it. Some people get.
But I know I'll see you at the Triple Crown of Riding.
Yes, yep, I will be there for sure.
So before we leave this particular facility today, we will sit down and talk about the schedule that we have and see if we can't get you into our schedule, if it's okay with you, to be either Darlington or Charlotte or Richmond or maybe someplace even more convenient for you to go to a national racing event with us.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
So
I'd
we
love
do
for
this.
you to go to Darlington.
Yeah, we do the same thing, just out in front or inside the pit area.
And that's where we can actually turn the engines on. And
You're going to see them go 200 miles an hour. You're going to sit at the starting line and as I call it, lose your nitro virginity to watch a car go from a standing start to 330 miles in 3.4 seconds.
Wow.
And it is just something, as my better half will tell you, it shakes the meat off your bones.
Oh, I bet it would.
Absolutely devastating. Incredible.
So
Larry, let's talk about that.
when we spoke in Detroit, I told you about Gasoline Alley.
Yes.
What's your take of it?
I love it. I love it, and I can't wait for it again next year. I was hoping, and I'm just going to speak frankly, I was hoping we could turn on more engines. It's gasoline.
Can you file a complaint with management about that?
I would have to talk to Michael and be like, Gasoline Alley, we got to turn these engines on. This is what people love to do nowadays.
Tell me, mortgage your house in Australia to come here to listen to race cars.
That's correct.
But hey, before we forget, I wanted to ask, Al, doing the Hall of
Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame.
Yes, the Circus Hall of Fame to be exact. No, yes, I was inducted this year into the East Coast Drag Racing Hall of Fame for everything I've been doing for years in drag racing. You know, I've never driven. I worked on cars, promote cars, so it was a really neat deal to be inducted in. I was in SEMA, flew home on a red eye to go to the induction in
Coastal Plains Dragway.
Coastal Plains Dragway, yeah. So it's a neat experience to have that. I thank everybody.
Well, congratulations, because you've got quite a career of being in the pits and racing. So
Thank you.
It went to his head. Don't want anybody to know.
No, I
You're,
haven't.
you're listening to the fastest show on your radio dial. It's In the Pits, powered by Racing Junk, at the Run to the Sun inside of Gasoline Alley. We'll be right back.
Hold on, don't move. Now the sun's out.
You want everybody?
Everybody.
Come closer.
We're going to get a picture with the whole group at some point.
I think I got everybody. Okay, here
Yep.
we go. Take a couple.
Yep. I got extra film in here.
You know, it loses some of its perspective when we're wearing headset mics, because a lot of people don't see the fact that we got the headset mics on. Of course, Christy's got her.
Were you able to adjust that to the wide
They will on my channel.
There you go.
You gotta have that if you're taking
Thank you, Larry. It's been an absolute
Let me
pleasure.
tell you something. I'm so glad you made it here and we got to meet you and everything else, and you got to experience probably the finest car show in the Southeast. But
I agree.
everybody complains about, what's that show down on the coast? Cruising the Coast?
Cruising the coast.
Why? I love that show.
Yeah, but they're saying that that show's bigger than this show.
No, okay, let me tell you my take on that.
Please.
It just, Cruising the Coast was awesome, everybody. You saw it, there's a big playlist on it. It appears bigger because it's staggered with all the block parties and,
Okay.
Right.
but if you put them all together,
Yeah.
I mean, this place is massive.
Yes.
So I think it gives that, you know, it's a different feeling, and it's nice for people to travel. It's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
But it's staggered in different locations, so it looks bigger.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you think about the legacy of a car show that's gone on for 34 years, and it's only gone from over there to here. I mean, it's not like it's been moving around. We may have to move it in the future because this property will soon be townhouses or something. But it's
You're going to have to find a space for it because it's growing.
Myrtle Beach loves it. The city of Myrtle Beach, the Chamber of Commerce loves it. Look at all these people here. I mean, my God. Doesn't
Rain
get
or
much better than
shine,
that.
people will come.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
we found that out. We found that out. All right.
All right, guys, thank you so much for having me, by the way.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely, thank you.